So we created a form I think that's really lovely to have in your hand, something beautiful to hold.
We want all the teams and the drivers to be talking about, hey, I want to go to the Glen and I want to win this piece developed by Corning Museum of Glass.
It's great to have captured so many of those really unique aspects of our region in this one trophy.
Just a phenomenal job, took a lot of our input and really brought it to life.
One of the fun things about this, creating this trophy, is that it really has been a partnership between the Corning Museum of Glass and Watkins Glen. We've toured them around the museum, so they got to get a sense of the history of glass and to get a sense of what we're all about. You know, the Corning Museum of Glass, we're very concerned about creating the glass object. We want that glass object to look like a beautiful flowing piece of glass that really captures the nature of the material. But we also want this trophy to capture the nature of the region.
That's the one thing that we wanted to have, is something with a lot of character.
The trophy really relates to the Watkins Glen racetrack. If you look at the top, you'll actually see the outline of the Watkins Glen racetrack. And we stretch the piece out so it's the same all the way through the interior of the piece from the top to the bottom if you look at it in cross section. We went and found a very special color of blue that matches very closely the color of the guardrails at the Glen. When you look at that blue color from the side of the trophy, it almost looks like a waterfall. That's another very important part of our region. Going into all the Finger Lakes are beautiful glens and gorges and lovely waterfalls. When you look at a piece of glass, especially a well-made piece of glass, it just looks so deceptively simple. Once we knew what we were doing, it only took about 45 minutes to actually complete the trophy for us to make it. But really captured in that 45 minutes is so much work to get to the point where you know it's going to turn out well. The process that we use to create this trophy, working from the inside out, working from the core out, is something that's been done historically in glass for thousands of years. So we start out by gathering some clear glass. We then apply a layer of that iconic blue glass. And then that form is pushed and molded into the shape of the track. And then we coat that 3 or 4 times in layers of clear glass just by dipping it down into a big vat of molten glass. Build up layer upon layer on top of it until then you have a nice round symmetrical shape. And that shape we heated and pulled into this beautiful, elegant, triumphant form. Working with the crew from the Glen, I think one thing that I came to realize is just the historical importance, and that made it even more important that we captured the profile of the track in the trophy. We knew it was a good idea, but what we didn't know was how difficult it would be to achieve, to sort of force glass into that shape. I made one mold that you could dip the glass down into, and I found that didn't work. The mold that we made that eventually did work kind of shaped one half of the track, and we shaped by hand the other half of the track.
That's good.
We kind of had to think differently to create this trophy because we knew what we wanted, we just didn't know how to get there.
Wow.
And there we go.
Look at that.
What do you think?
We really couldn't be happier. He really took a great concept that he and the team here developed from the ground up to make the perfect piece. It is truly one of a kind and very unique that ties together both Corning Museum of Glass, Watkins Glen International, the region.
When the driver looks at this piece, he'll see that it's glass. He'll know that it's made in a region that's famous for glass, that has a history of glass. But if he looks at it a little bit more closely, he'll see that it relates right to that track that he was racing around just moments earlier.
This is unique. I mean, it's made out of glass, blown glass, and there's really only one of a kind.
In forming this piece, we were faced with challenges that we don't typically face day to day, with new ways of shaping glass.
Wow.
That's what made it very exciting to make, and I think that's what makes it a really unique trophy, something that could only be made here in Corning.